Lord Krishna is greater than providence, since providence is under the control of Lord Krishna. Karmana Daiva Netrena. So you have Supreme Lord, Daivam is above all the karmic reactions. Since providence is under the control of Krishna, saintly persons worship Krishna, who is the supreme super soul and supreme personality of Godhead. Through his pastimes, Sri Krishna can diminish or expand this providence. Therefore, the devotees of Krishna are not bound by providence, they are imperishable and transcendental. So Krishna, while he is impartial to everyone, but for him, devotees, he have a special heart to the devotees who worship him in Manmana Bhavamat Bhakto Madhya Jima Namaskuru. When a devotee worships the Lord, thinks about the Lord, serves the Lord, and tells about the Lord to others, Krishna has a special favor towards such person. And Krishna also says that those who come to me, he tells Arjuna, Name Bhaktana Vinashati. He says that please tell Arjuna that my devotee never perishes. So when we say devotee never perishes, he is not talking about the gross body, but he is talking about the devotion the devotee is doing. So the devotion of the devotee never perishes. And as we know from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, that we are not this body, but we are this soul, which is Satchidananda Vigraha. So we are the part and parcel. We have been parceled out of Krishna's transcendental form. So we were all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, but we have been parceled out, and hence we are called, Srila Prabhupada uses the word nicely called parcel. So we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So in qualitatively we are same, but in quantitatively we are different. So it is said that the providence or the fate, when the person is born, the date of death, the mode of his death, and by what way he will die is also already previously ordained. But we all have to go through our karma, which is already been born. Our sanchit karma we have to, but prarabdha karma can be burnt off, or the karmas which are yet to fructify when you come to devotion. So by doing bhakti, to the Supreme Lord, devotional service to Supreme Lord, what is going to manifest from our prarabdha karma, that can be nullified or that will be minimalized. Text 249. Muni satya kariya chona pana ramuhe mora bhakti vina kona karme kichu nahe. I have established the fact that no activity is fruitful without devotional service. So without the service of the Lord, a conditioned soul cannot achieve any benefit through the performance of conditional duties. I have personally established this fact. In other words, this principle is described in the Vedic literatures. The Kaivalya Upanishad states that Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, Avaiti, faithful sadhakas attain Lord Krishna by meditating on his form with devotion. So if we do any materialistic activities, okay, wherein we don't keep Krishna in center and it's not part of even karma yoga, then we are doing it for our sense gratification, and the sense gratification is for this body, and the body is going to perish. So it is not going to give you an eternal benefit. But when you do activities which are dovetailed to keeping Krishna in center, so whatever you earn, you can offer that to Krishna or to the or give it to the temple, so that it is used properly. Similarly, you can cook nice foodstuffs for Krishna and offer it. So when you dovetail and offer your fruits which you earn to Krishna, and then Krishna is pleased, and that becomes spiritualized. So when you do that, those are called devotional service. Faithful sadhakas all attain Lord by meditating on his form with devotion. The Vedanta Sutra states that api smaradhane pratyaksha anumanabhyam. According to the Shrutis and Smritis, the Lord becomes visible to those who worship him with love. Krishna doesn't reveal his form to everyone. after many great austerity and tapasya, when the devotee is yearning for the Krishna, like the Shadagoswamis of Vrindavan, they used to cry in the bushes of Vrindavan, and they used to go to the trees and say, He Radhe Vraja Devi Ke Chalalite, He Nanda Suno Kuta. In this way, when like a child is crying for its mother, similarly, a devotee, when he chants, have to cry for the Supreme Lord's association, his service, and his praise to Mother Hara. Hara is Radharani, and she is the Shakti, and we are in the period of Shakti. The Navaratri has started, and today is the second day. And Devi Lakshmi, Devi Krishnamayi Prokta, Radhika Paradevata, Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Kanta, Kanti Sammohini Para. She is the prime most. Uh, she is full of Krishna Mai because she is the concentrated devotional service in her entire form. And from her, all the Lakshmis, Sahasra Lakshmis come out from Radharani. So there is no primeval Shakti other than Radharani. And she is the primemost Shakti provider. And we know who is Shaktiman, and she is the Shakti, she is the energy. Similarly, according to the Lord becomes visible to only those who worship with him love. So, bhaktyamam abhijanati. So, we cannot do it as a ritualistic affair when we offer our things to Krishna. Our consciousness should be there, our intent should be very clear. And when we do that with love and affection, Krishna is, Krishna किसके भूखे हैं? कृष्णा हमारे भक्तों के प्यार के भूखे. They don't want our what we offer. He's not seeing what you're offering, but he's seeing the intention with which we offer, the prema with which we offer our foodstuffs to Lord. Whatever we offer as a Krishna is personally present, and you have a relationship with Krishna. And when we offer in that way, he is accepting it with love. In the Atharva Veda, it is stated, Vijnana Ganananda Gana Satchidanandaika Rase Bhakti Yoge Tishtati. Shri Govinda, who is Satchidananda Vigraha, always exists in the mellows of devotional service. In other words, he is attained only through devotional service. So again, these various Upanishads are saying that one can achieve Supreme Lord only by devotional service. So it so happened recently in one of the classes we were having here, and that they are very new, you can say. They're just trying to know about Bhagavad Gita and all. The first question they will ask, generally, or when they are learning in couple of sessions, they ask, has anybody seen God? This is very common in India also, and they will try to go to Vrindavan, Mathura to find out if any sadhu has seen God. They don't understand that it takes lifetimes to perfect devotional service. Even sometimes, even perfecting our chanting takes so many lifetimes to get to Shuddhanam. And then God only reveals to those people who are coming with that pure love and affection. So it is so difficult to explain to these people who are thinking everything is a quick buck here. Like in the modern age, they touch the button of a computer and they're getting answers to many things. And they will say they will go to the Google God and ask, who is God? They will go and ask that also to the Google God. And if somebody is giving that, they will go run to that person also. So everything is quick buck, and because they are thinking they are the center of the world, they are controlling everything, and they are so foolish. They are so foolish that they don't realize that there is a supreme controller, and we are all the instruments of the supreme controller. But they would reject that, and they would say everything is done by nature, everything is happening the way it's happening. Okay, they don't know who is creating. The sun is rising every day in the east and setting in the west. Moon is rising as per its time. All the stars are illuminated in the sky. They don't think that when there is a creation, there is a creator. They don't think about that. In the Mundaka Upanishad, it is stated that Jnana prasadena vishuddha sattvastutam pashyate nishkalam dhyanamana. If a pure-hearted, self-realized sadhaka meditates through the knowledge of the scriptures on the unchangeable Supreme Lord, then he can directly see him. So one has to be pure-hearted. He is self-realized sadhaka. So While we are all in the sadhana stage, but these self-realized people are very rare to be found. In the Vedanta Sutra, this is also described in the following words: Prakashascha karmani abhyasat. Devotional service is so potent that simply by engaging in the activities of this devotional service, one becomes enlightened without a doubt. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated. So, what is the takeaway for us from here? That we have to engage in our devotional service, and then one becomes enlightened. So, when we continuously, repeatedly, devotional service doesn't mean we have to do something new every day. You have to do the same thing with more and more perfection, with more and more purity. We know that as we chant, so much of manthan happens in the heart. So, chanting, when we do the chanting, we have to hear what we have chanted. So we are saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. While the mind may waver, but when you bring the mind to hearing, you have to bring the mind to what you just said. Otherwise, rounds will fly past you without you realizing that you have chanted 4 rounds. अरे समय निकल गए, 4 राउंड हो गए, मैंने कुछ सुना क्या उसमें? Did I hear every word I uttered? If we don't hear, then Krishna is also not hearing. So if we are chanting by looking at the surroundings with us, or we are walking and chanting and we are seeing how many people are walking in the society today, who is jogging, and our mala is going on, going in circles. Mala ferat jug gaya, firana man ka fer, karta man ka dari de, man ka fer. So Kabir Das prays that mala ferte ferte to jug chala gaya. मेरा मन कब बदलेगा? When will I transform? Similarly, if we keep on furrowing the mala, years might pass, lifetimes might pass, but Krishna might not be listening to our cries. So when we are chanting, we have to hear each and every syllable. So this Shodaksha mantra, 16 syllable name, Harinam, is so potent that Bhagavan ke through you can even reach your lost ones. Say we have lost our parents, but you want to communicate. The only way to communicate is through Shri Krishna. So when you chant nicely, Krishna will take care of all the unfulfilled requirements which he knows the jiva is requiring, and he will purify. He will also purify our materialistic desires to such an extent that we will despise them. We don't need any more materialist desire, and we will only seek the lotus feet of Krishna or Krishna Prem, and we will want to serve Srimati Radha and Krishna. So the Krishna will make things for you in such a way that you will get hooked on to his lotus feet. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, Shreya Shritim Bhaktim Udasyate Vibho क्लिश्यन्ति ये केवलबोधलब्धये तेषाम् असौ क्लेशलये वशिष्यते नान्या व्यथा स्थूला Tushavagatinaam. My dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the best path for self-realization. If someone gives up that path and engages in the cultivation of speculative knowledge, he will simply undergo a troublesome process and will not achieve his desired result. As a person who beats an empty husk of wheat cannot get grain, one who simply speculates cannot achieve self-realization. His only gain is trouble. So while I was talking about the Harinam, it is said that if we are chanting Harinam without focus on hearing what we have said, then Radha Krishna also will move away from us. So when we start chanting Harinam, Radha Krishna are personally present in Harinam and they are with us. They are completely standing with you. If you are standing and if you are sitting and chanting, they are standing. Okay. So that way, this is our time with Radha and Krishna. We are engaging. This is our personal meeting. So you should have a proper place to chant, and ekant, preferably where no one disturbs you. There is no frequent phone calls or doorbell ringing. So choose that time when nobody is disturbing you when you are chanting. Preferably, it is not said that you should walk and chant. But if you are in a room where nobody is there, yes, you probably can walk and chant. But preferably said that sit down and chant in front of Tulsi Maharani or your deities or in front of your altar. But if you are within your room, probably sitting, your legs are aching, you can stand, you can start walking inside your room. Okay, sorry, we were in some verse here. So like a person who beats an empty husk of wheat cannot get grain. Similarly, हम लोग speculate करते रहेंगे, मन धड़क बातें करते रहेंगे, तो हमें realization नहीं होगा, हमको भगवान नहीं मिलेंगे. तो we have to follow the shastra. The shastras are our shabda praman. Okay, so and the shrutis and smritis are the praman which says that supreme personality of Godhead is Shri Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that न साध्यति माम योगो न सांख्यम धर्म उद्धव न स्वाध्याय तपस्त्यागो यथा भक्ति ममोर्जिता. My dear Uddhava, the unalloyed devotional service rendered to me by my devotees brings me under their control. Yes. So that's why it said that when you take the time, we say we don't have time for chanting, we went here, we went there, chanting miss ho gaya, or then we are trying to do in the evening. It is said that wake up early when there is no disturbance. So when you wake up early and chant your 16 rounds, you are taking control of time. You are controlling the time. And when you control the time is none other than Krishna. So you are also controlling Radha Krishna. So when you do the 16 rounds chanting before you do other chores of your work, it is also said in some places that you have to do your 16 rounds chanting before even you do your deity worship in the morning. So when you get up early, that way you're keeping the time under your control and also Radha Krishna under control. So here Krishna clearly says that the unalloyed devotional service rendered to me by my devotees brings me under their control. That way, what happens, you have the entire day to take care of all other chores, and whether it may be cooking seva, going to work, and you will have enough time to read shastras also. I cannot be thus controlled by those engaged in mystic yoga, Sankhya philosophy, pious work, Vedic study, austerity, or renunciation. So Krishna says clearly that only bhakti will control him. The loving service to Krishna. Prabhupada translates bhakti as loving devotional service to Supreme Lord. And no one can control Lord by the Ashtasiddhis or the Ashtanga Yoga or mystic yoga, Sankhya philosophy or any other pious work. Bhakti in Matara Sruti, it stated, Bhakti evainam nayati, Bhakti evainam darshati, Bhakti vasa purusho, Bhakti reva bhusayasi. Bhakti leads the jiva to the Lord and enables the soul to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we do bhakti, so you just have to be at it. There is no other shortcut process. There is no deviation, diversion. So when you are chanting the holy name nicely, you will going to see Krishna eye to eye and face to face. You just have to be patiently doing the same thing nicely. The Lord is controlled by bhakti. Bhakti is best of all. So we just spoke that when we take the time in our control and we chant nicely before the morning, the sun rises, then the Lord is controlled by bhakti. You can control the time and you can control Lord Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita 8.22, it is stated, Purusha sapara partha bhaktya labhaistvananya. O son of Partha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. In Bhagavad Gita 11.53 and 54, it is stated, Naham vederna tapasa na danena chejyaya sakhya evam vido drashtum drashtvam asimam yatha bhaktyatvānanya shakya aham evam vido arjuna nyatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshatum cha parantapa. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. So, It is not that by these means that one can see me as I am, my dear Arjuna. Only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am. Like if you keep a pujari, you have a temple in your home, but then you are keeping a pujari to do the worship. So do you think Krishna is pleased with you? So you have to do the devotion service. You are keeping a paid pujari. You are paying him to do the ritualistic puja. So it is not about the worship, not about the ritualistic worship. He is looking for the prema purvak devotional service. And only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am standing before you and can thus be seen directly. Or simply by chanting Vedic mantras or undergoing the austerities, one is not going to get Krishna. Only in this way, that is by devotional service, you can enter into the mysteries of my understanding. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, Nayam Sukhapo Bhagavan Dehinam Gopika Sutta Jnaninam Chatma Bhutanam Yata Bhakti Matamiha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service. So, bhakti is loving devotional service to Krishna. But he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. So, those who are bodily conscious and those who are doing mental speculation or they're trying through other austerities and penances, Krishna is not going to be available to them. So, this is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. In his commentary on the Vedanta Sutra, Shri Madhavacharya has quoted the following verse. भक्तिस्त परमो विष्णुस्तथैवैनं वसेनयेत् तथैव दर्शनं यथा प्रदायान्मुक्तिमेतया स्नेहानुबन्धो यस्तस्मिन् बहुमना पुरासरा भक्तिरिते उच्यते सैव कारणं परम् इशितु. Lord Vishnu dwells in devotional service. The Supreme Lord Vishnu is controlled only by devotional service. Only through devotional service does he give his darshana to his devotees, and only by devotional service does he award liberation to the living entities. Intense affection for the Lord Vishnu is called devotional service. So, your intensity of love to Supreme Lord is called devotional service. And when you love someone, what you will do? You will serve that person very nicely. You will not think that it is a burden. So विग्रह है, हम ये नहीं सोचेंगे विग्रह is a गलग्रह. विग्रह गलग्रह नहीं बनना चाहिए. तो you love your vigrah or your deities at home so much that without them you cannot live also. And you feel separation. You leave the home for something, you feel so much separation that you pray to Lord that I am going in the mouth of Agasur. The material world is Agasur. Please save me. And when I come back, you immediately start, go to the altar and meet your Lord. They have been waiting for you to come back. And Lord protects you. This devotional service is the supreme method for achieving the darshana of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is stated, Bhakti Krishna Vasahaya Bhakti Tanre Bhaji Ateva Bhakti Krishna Prapatye Raupaya. Krishna can be fully satisfied only by devotional service, and he is worshipped only by devotional service. The conclusion is that devotional service is the only means for approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Padma Purana. So we are getting so many Tarka, where it is said that how do you achieve Supreme Lord, and that is only through bhakti. Na danena smardena na vai vipulaya dhiyaye kena bhakti yogena samipe drishtayate shanat toyam bhadva tu vastrena krita karyam katam bhaved prapya deha vina bhaktim kriyate savrita smara बहुभ्यां सागरं तार्तुं यद्वान् मुखो अभिवञ्चति संसार सागरं तद्वत् विष्णु भक्तिं विना नरः. Lord Vishnu does not give his darshana to those who have vast wealth. He does not give his darshana to those who are born in aristocratic families. He does not give his darshana to those who have vast knowledge, but he gives his darshana in a moment to those who are engaged in devotional service. So Srimati Kunti Maharani, in her prayers in Srimad Bhagavatam, she says that, these three, four things are kind of, uh, she doesn't want them. Janma Ishwari Shuta Shribhir. High birth in aristocratic family, she doesn't want. Shruta, he doesn't want big wealth. Shri, she doesn't want very much of too much of beauty, because these are all hindrance to devotional service. So here the same thing is given in Srimad Bhagavatam also, that Vishnu does not give darshan to people who have the following things. But he gives his darshana in a moment to those who are engaged in devotional service. Just as a person is unable to bind water with a cloth, if after attaining the human form of life, the living entity does not engage in devotional service, he is unable to attain liberation and his labors go in vain. So, after getting a high birth, like human form, Bhunam Janmanamante Gyanavan Ma Prapadete Vasudev Sarvati Samatma Sadurlam. After many lifetimes, one gets this human birth, but if he doesn't put that life to use, to inquire. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. He doesn't inquire about about the Supreme Lord. He doesn't do Janma Karma Chame Divyam Yovam Veti Tatvata. He doesn't use, in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 4.9, it says that if you know the Janma Karma of Supreme Lord, his birth, his activities, his Leela are all Divya. If you know that, then you don't have another birth. You go back to Godhead if you know all this. But if people don't take their efforts to do this, but live like cats and dogs, no, enjoy this life. This life is one time, and they will say, let's make the best use of it. That will be the advertisements given, and that's what your fellow people in the office will say, ki ash karo, maja karo. Okay. But they will live and die like cats and dogs. And Srila Prabhupada used to always quote that these materialistic people are living and dying like cats and dogs. And for no purpose, they will be fighting over a piece of land or something without realizing that everything belongs. But kings may come and go. So many rulers may come and go. And what happens? The land, the Mother Earth, or the external energy of Krishna through the Mahamaya, through which all these are manifested, that will remain. So for the living beings, while these are permanent they look permanent, but they are real, but they are impermanent for us. As a foolish person tries to cross the ocean by swimming, only a foolish person tries to cross the ocean of material existence without engaging in devotional service to Vishnu. So can we imagine, however great a swimmer we may be, can we cross the Pacific Ocean, or can we cross even the Arabian, what you call the Arabian Sea? We have never heard of people crossing it, right? Because it is like it is said that one of the Maharajas said that if there is a turtle in the ocean, and there is a wooden plank somewhere, what are the chances of the turtle getting the wooden plank to save himself? Suppose the turtle is struggling in the ocean, what are the chances he reaches the wooden plank? So that is how the people in material existence are thinking that they will cross the ocean. Foolish people, they think that they can cross the ocean of material existence. So our material existence is compared to the ocean, because they will keep on getting birth after millions of births. So that is a ocean of births, and they don't realize that this ocean of birth is very difficult to cross. And with devotional service, it becomes very easy, because the ocean then reduces to the footprint of a calf. So जो काफ यानी गाय का बछड़ा होता है, वो बछड़े का जो फुटप्रिंट होता है, उसमें जितना पानी है उतना ही होता है फॉर अ भक्त टू क्रॉस दिस material existence. If you do the bhakti to Narayan, if you do the bhakti to the Lord Krishna, and after crossing, what happens? Even the calf का size का जो footprint में जो पानी है वो भी evaporate हो जाता है. This is what one Maharaj said. So only for a devotee, the ocean of material existence become like the water in the hoof print of a calf. In Srimad Bhagavatam, I think we'll stop here after taking this. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, Dharma Satya Dayopeto Vidyava Tapasanvita Madbhaktya Petam Atmanam Na Samyak Prapunantihi. Neither religious activities endowed with honesty and mercy nor knowledge obtained with great penance can completely purify one's consciousness if they are bereft of loving service to me. So कितना भी हम कर्मकांडी religious activities कर लें with lot of honesty and mercy nor knowledge obtained with great penance, और कितना ही हम knowledge acquire कर लें, but they cannot completely purify one's consciousness if they are bereft of. So the purpose of our doing devotional service, the purpose of purifying one's consciousness is to get closer and closer to the purifying our devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And the holy name also benefits us by purifying. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So there have been layers of dirt in our heart, and the holy name does the purification. And Krishna answers all your anxieties are answered in the chapters of our reverential scriptures like this Chaitanya Bhagavat. Hare Krishna. We'll end here. Thank you all for patiently tolerating me. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम, बहुत अच्छा क्लास लिया।
Thank you. Hare
Thank you,
Dandat Pranam.
Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Aparna
Dandavat
Mataji.
Pranam,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Very nice
Hare
class.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Thank you. Just parroting what has come. Hare Krishna. Wish you all a nice Navaratri season, and may Srimati Radharani protect all of us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.